Rope. 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 Way. Ropeway. Ropeway? Ropeway? What does the word ropeway mean? What does that mean? What does this word mean? What is a ropeway? What's a ropeway? A way made of rope. Oh! A way made of rope! A ropeway is a form of naval lifting device that is used to transport light stores and equipment across rivers or ravines. It comprises a jackstay, let's open that tab, slung between two shears or chins, one at either end, from which is suspended a block and tackle that is free to travel along the rope and hauled back and forth by in-hauls. Why is there no article for in-hauls? So, well, there's a parenthetical statement. Ropes attached to the pulley from which the block and tackle... What? This time around, I predict that my diagram is going to suck ass. I predicted my diagram... I mean, it's not going to suck ass, but it's going to have some inaccuracies, I think. That was a lot more... I don't know, man. The thing is, this case, the game is kind of trying to throw me for a loop. Let me explain my thought process right now. Then let me tell you guys where my head's at. So the game really wants me to think that Kaito did it, right? Oh, Kaito looks really suspicious here. Kaito doesn't have an alibi. And Shuichi's not making this easy for me. I'm actually kind of pissed at Shuichi right now. Tell me why Shuichi, I'm like walking around talking to all these people, and like everyone I talk to, like it keeps coming up like, oh yeah, we got to figure out when the time of death was, and we got to establish alibis, and that's how we're going to decide who the murderer is. And then people are like, yeah. So everyone's got an alibi except like this dude, that dude, you know, Maki has been in her room the whole time, and Kaito. And then Shuichi's like, okay, cool, I better ask everyone for their alibi. Let's walk around and ask everyone for their alibi. And he just never asks Kaito for his alibi. Ever. Like, why? Why did he never ask Kaito for his alibi? Like, Shuichi's not being a good detective right now. And it pisses me off. And for this reason, I kind of don't think Kaito did it. This is a little bit meta, but people keep saying that this one's hard to get. I shouldn't do this, because last time, every time I try to guess the difficulty of the case based on what chat is telling me, it just bites me in the ass. Yeah, I mean, it is true that he did set up the trick in the gymnasium. But with Tojo, there's this. So this probably came from Tojo if we actually look at, you know, what their outfits look like. This probably came from Tojo. Could have been from Oma's cape. Could have been from Oma's cape, honestly. We know Oma played hide and seek with Tojo. That actually doesn't help Tojo's case at all. It coming from Oma's cape would actually be... that would probably be a mark against Tojo, if anything. That's what what's-his-name said earlier. That's what that guy said. He said, what if it's Shuichi? The double protagonist, the double Danganronpa bamboozle. That'd be crazy. I just don't think it is, though. Can you imagine the protagonist just changes every chapter? The protagonist is the murderer every chapter. It would actually get old after a little while. Because then you'd start being like, well, I guess it's the protagonist again. I wonder when the protagonist could have done it this time, you know what I mean? I don't know. You can't do that. You can't do it forever. Did Oma mention when he saw Miyu? Did he see Miyu after 10? Or before 10? Because this completely changes... We gotta hit the VODs real quick. Girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. From 10 to 11 doesn't have an alibi. I did see something odd while Kirumi was lecturing. While Kirumi was lecturing, well, Kirumi was lecturing him from 9 to 10. Actually, from 9 to 9:30, and then they started playing tag. So that means Miyu was in her underwear before 10, which kind of, you know, that removes this theory. Like, the whole point of Miyu having to be in her underwear is it's past 10 p.m. and you're not allowed to have the water from the swimming pool touch you, otherwise you get got by the zizzles. Okay, look what Tojo says right here. Look. Hey, Kirumi, good morning. Everyone's gathered. Miyu seems super excited like a child. Yeah, but would she be excited? Like, you wouldn't be excited. Said her eyes were lit up and... Look. Her eyes were lit up like a child's. I don't know if my eyes would be lit up if I just killed somebody. I'd be, like, scared that people would find me. You know what I'm saying? So So you got piranhas. You got a glass panel. And then you got Ryoma. He's very small. He's a super small guy. He's got his hat as little ears. The rope ended up behind the stage, but they somehow tied because they had some kind of ceiling contraption that they used. There's the window, so you got the rope tied here, and then here's this fucking room with the thing. And I guess like there's some kind of contraption ropeway that was used to transport Ryoma from the shower room where he was drowned. There's a sink here. There's a sink here, and then there's a window. And there's some kind of rope contraption, and then there's a metal cable, which a way made of rope. Maybe the metal cable was used to. The thing is, the rope is 65 feet long. The metal cable is 50 feet long, which means the metal cable was used for some other shit. The metal cable might have been hanging from the rope and this kind of thing, maybe? Like, maybe the metal cable's hanging here and then the inner tube is down here. This is the inner tube. And yeah, I mean, I think this is basically the gist of... You know what I mean? I don't get... What the fuck was the inner tube for, man? There's black fabric in the pool. Oh yeah, and Oma's not wearing his cape, by the way. Oma's not wearing his cape. Okay. I think the smart choice here is Tojo for two reasons. Black fabric in the pool that's a mark against Tojo. And the fact that Miyu was seen in her underwear before 10 p.m. means that my theory about not wanting to be wet or whatever kind of goes out the window. Damn, that's some shit, dude. I didn't say I was locking it in! Whipped cream? Whatever, fine. Lock me out. See if I care. Is it you? That's what I would say if I committed to block and tackle. A block and tackle or only tackle is the system of two or more pulleys with a rope and cable threaded between them. Usually used... It was Miyu. No way anyone else knows how to do this shit. Hero of Alexandria described cranes formed from assemblies of pulleys in the 1st century. Okay, well, I mostly got this. Okay, I get the block and tackle part. Okay, what's a jin? 3-legged lifting device used on sailing ships. It provides more stability than a derrick. Yeah, you don't want to use a derrick. They don't have enough stability. Sheer legs, also known as shears, are a form of 2-legged lifting device. What is all this? A jack stays a cable or bar used. Okay, this is what. Okay. That's what we got. What we have is a classic jackstay situation. A jackstay is a cable or bar between 2 points to support and guide a load. Ryoma is the load between those points, or is an anchor to attach something to be constrained along that line. The term is mostly used in marine context, originated on sailing ships. Note the use of stay implies load-bearing working rigging. How did bearing working rigging? These are 3 gerunds in a row. Take a look at the direction of the rope, because they require less guying. Jins are better than shears and derricks, let alone a derrick. Jins are better than shears and derricks. That's what we just learned. What's wrong with guying? This sounds like something Tenko would say. Oh, well, I didn't learn anything. Why does everyone know what a ropeway is? Yeah, you need shears or gins and a jackstay. All right, let's try it. let's shoot my shot. If I'm right. Is that good? Is that good? Oh yes! It was oh, thank God it wasn't the fucking half-naked Miyu walking around. Oh fuck! Oh, the 5 minutes. It's the 5 minutes. It's the 5 minutes. Oh, thank God. Oh, fuck. Black piece of fabric. Yes! The ropeway, dude. Ropeway. I like how they say with 3 syllables. Ropeway. 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 Yeah, the final tegakari, dude. The damning evidence. Ooh, Shuichi. Am I gonna? I have to meet on the boner, don't I? I gotta meet on the fucking boner. Oh, not yet. Not time for meet on the bone yet. First, black piece of fabric. Yes! Oh, I'm so glad I was right about the black piece of fabric, dude. This shit could have been from fucking Ryoba's hat. Although we did see the hat folded up in the gym, so. If ropeway is just Japanglish with zipline. No, it's on Wikipedia. I just looked it up on English Wikipedia. Ropeway! Ropeway! Act 5. Wait, does it go from left to right? Or right to left? Usually it's right to left. Tojo's going down. She's dropping a spot. She's definitely dropping a spot. What was she in before? I'm not hanging out with her no more. Fuck her. I'm hanging out with other people. I'm hanging out with Mew. Hanging out with fucking. Who else was pretty high? Maki maybe? I can't hang out with I can't hang out there anymore anyway. She's dead. Because she's getting executed. Maybe Tsumugi? Maybe... Who else was... Who did I put in that tier? Oh, I just put Miu and Tojo. We do Maki. I think Himiko's kind of funny now too. I don't know, something about like sometimes in these trials, like some character I didn't really like. Teko's vibrating. So is Kibo actually. Teko and Kibo are both vibrating. That was kind of funny. I want to go back to that frame. I feel bad for Himiko. She was just trying to do this cool magic trick, and I mean it was kind of lame, but whatever. It's kind of cool. Look, I saw Penn and Teller. And they brought a bunch of audience members up onto the stage. There's this cow. It was in a cage. It was in Vegas. And you could see under the cage, because the cage was elevated. It was on, like, legs. So you could see under the cage. So there's no trap door. And you could see all around the cage, because they literally brought audience members, random audience members. I was one of them. They brought, like, 30 of us up onto the stage. Anyone who raised their hand could come to the stage. Literally. So it was, like, 50 people. Like, I would say, like, a good, like, 4th or 5th of the audience went up onto the stage. And we formed a chain of people around the cow cage. You saw the cow shit? You saw the Penn and Teller show? Yo, what the fuck, right? And you could see above the cage, because there's no room above the cage. So audience members can see under the all 6 fucking dimensions. You can see under the cage, all around the cage, and above the cage, and there was a cow in the cage. A live cow, and we're on I was on the stage, I could even fucking practically smell it. But it was moving, it was a live cow. They threw a curtain on the thing, and then they raised the curtain and there was no more cow. So this Himiko shit is child's play. I don't know how the fuck they did that shit. That shit blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? I was actually like, I was probably like 5 feet from the cow. No, I was probably like literally 5 feet from the cow. It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know what the fuck they did, dude. Yeah, it might have been a simulation. Yeah, you're right. Alright, never mind. It's a simulation. Anyway, I digress. Himiko is just trying to do a little magic trick. I don't know. I feel bad. What is Yeah, they actively denied being magic. They would say there's a trick, but we're not telling you. What the fuck they do, though? I thought about it a bunch, and I couldn't figure it out. Dude, I don't know what they did.
この体育館
Oh, this one you see Act 5 before you see, and then it
そ
goes
して
back to
夜
1.
時間
I'm actually gonna skip through some of this. It's taking forever. Oh, look at Ryoma. I'm not gonna skip through this then. Maybe I should skip this part.
殺
Actually.
人計画を実行に移すために
How did Ryoma fucking beat all the Yakuza, but he didn't detect? He should have been able to detect Tojo's presence from behind him.
まず犯人は
She nothing personal then. Somehow. I don't know how.
そ
Clean.
して
Herg
水を溜めたシンクに
And
水に沈めら犯人はその抵抗を見越して星君にその形跡は手錠とシンクの両方に傷跡として残ったけど抵抗むなしく星君は殺されてしまった。けど犯人のトリックは
Drowning is a rough way to go. Goldfish Rick. What's the Goldfish Rick?
テ
Oh,
ニスネ
Goldfish
ットから
Trick.
ワイヤーを引き抜くと
I
それを
I
研
forget what
究
it
教
was
室の
though.
窓
Can
か
you
ら
describe the
プール
Goldfish
に
Trick
向か
to
って
me?
垂らした。そしてプールに向かうと体育館の窓に結ん
Yeah,
だ
I
ロ
don't
ープを
really get the
ワイ
scratches
ヤー
on
と
the
結ん
snake.
でから
Whatever.
もう一つの道具を手に
That was the truthful one I never really understood. I still don't understand it.
もう一つの道具それはプールの用具室にあったゴム製の浮き輪だ。そして研究教室に戻った犯
I think the Yakuza monocut is gonna die right away. Tug
そ
tug.
のロープをピンとなる体育館の窓枠と研究教さらに持ってきた浮き輪の取っ手に窓枠同士をつないだロープに浮き輪を吊りこうして犯人は取りだけど犯人は星君の死体とともに浮き輪に乗り込むと体育館の窓に向かって研究教室の窓と体育館には高低差があるからそこで犯人は体育
Whoosh.
それは犯人じ
Why didn't she just go at a slow pace from the start?
それが可
Why'd
能
she
だ
go
ったのは
fast? She should have gone like.
犯人は手袋をしていたからだ
She
け
should have
ど
honestly, she should have walked herself. You know what I'm saying? Should have like been holding on the. Oh, she had to hold the body. I don't know. I gotta say, if I had to commit a murder, this is not how I would do it. I would not build a fucking ropeway above a pool that if I fall into, I get slaughtered by the mechanical beasts that relies on like my perfect balance. I would not do it this way. I would probably break into someone's room at night and shoot him. Or knife him. I'd do it the Sayaka way.
そのせいでボロボロになった手袋の一部がそれでも体育館の窓にたどり着いた犯人は水槽に仕掛けておいたシキリータはその死体を密度の上がったピラニアの
Piranha. Piranha.
そして
Oh!
あとはロープをほどいて
Yeah,
浮き輪を
explain
回
this
収
part
す
to
る
me.
だけという
Okay,
だけで
after that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube and fall into the pool where they died.
犯人にとって2つ目の片方の取っ手のロープが勝手にほどけて浮き輪がプールに落ちてしまったんだよ。
Didn't they fall like hella far? How? Yeah, what the fuck? Drop's not that far? If the drop's not that far, how did the inner tube end up in the pool? What are you talking about? Also, if she was on the inner tube, how did the inner tube end up in the pool and she didn't? One end of the rope came loose and the inner tube dropped in the pool. So she untied. I don't know. Handling this
その
part.
結果犯人はしかもそれらは回収これが全ての真実だよ
Okay. Inner tube slipped off along the rope. I guess so. What's she doing with the cheeses? Is she levitating those cheeses with the power of her mind?
投票が終わった
I'm voting Oma next time. Now you guys are right. I'm voting Oma next time. Who voted me? What the fuck? Hey! Hey! Who the fuck voted for me? Hey! 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 Tojo vote for me? Hey, fuck you, Tojo. She did the Among Us BM vote.
黒となるのは誰